Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about full coverage foundation. As you know, I have acne prone skin, oily skin, and large pores. I also have mild rosacea here along my cheeks. So I normally deal with a lot of issues on my face, and I feel like foundation is the one piece of armor I always need to have on before I walk out of my door. I also love the transformation that foundation really gives you, because you can go from this to this. So if you want to find out how I get full coverage and mask all of the issues that I deal with, make sure you keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I also want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much to everyone who is subscribed to my channel, who comes back on a regular basis and watches my videos. You guys have no idea how much that means to me. I love reading your comments, I love responding to your comments, and I can't wait to keep continuing the conversation with you. Alright, enough of this gooey show of emotion. If you can tell me where that's from, leave me a comment below. Let's get on to full coverage foundation. Before you even begin to put on your foundation, you do need to go ahead and prep your skin and make sure it is ready for application of makeup. So what I like to do is go in, cleanse my skin with my Clairsonic. I grab any cleanser that's just kind of sitting on my vanity. I use that, I come back, and the first thing I do is I add my eye serum. I use the Hylamide SubQ Eyes Advanced Serum. Currently, I've been testing this out for several months now. I believe I first got this in January, and so far, I love it. It is super important to prep your under eye area before makeup application. You want to get it nice, hydrated, and ready to go. And the same goes for your skin. And lately, I've been using this moisturizer here. This is from Dr. Althea. It is the Water Glow Aqua Cream. It looks like this. It comes in this fancy container over here, and I've actually really been enjoying this. I did run out of my Amore Pacific Hydrogel Oil-Free Moisturizer, and I'm just waiting for the Sephora VIB Rouge sale so I can go ahead and purchase another one, because that shit's really expensive. So once your skin is moisturized and prepped, you are ready to go in with your primer. And the primer that I have been loving lately is this one here from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Matte Lock Mattifying Primer. Oh, and it might be a good idea to zoom you guys in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna take my primer and just straight out of the bottle apply a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks, and just a tad on my chin. And I'm gonna just use my fingertips and some really light pressure and just apply this all over my face. I do enjoy using this primer because it is a little more on the watery side, and I feel like it absorbs into your skin really nicely, and it gives you a really nice canvas to work with without feeling like an extra layer on your face. The next step is foundation, and you might think I'm a little bit crazy, but I am going to go in with 3 different foundations. The first being my YSL All Hours Foundation, next the Dior Forever Undercover Foundation, and also my Voula Beauty the Serum Foundation. I'm also going to very lightly apply my Physicians Formula the Healthy Foundation onto my face directly while I go ahead and I mix these 3 together to create my perfect concoction. The main base for this foundation is going to be the Diorskin Forever Undercover, so it is the first one that I'm going to take and put the most of onto the back of my hand. I'm then going to go in with my YSL All Hours and take a couple of pumps off of that one. And I'm also going to add just a tiny dollop of the Serum Foundation from Voula Beauty because it does have some great skincare ingredients in there. And I like the extra hydration on my face so that my skin doesn't start looking dry and crackly throughout the day. So that's what that looks like on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to use a beauty blender to mix all of that up and then begin applying it to my face. Right before I go ahead and I do that, I'm going to take my Physicians Formula foundation and I'm going to apply just a couple of stripes on my face to help blend everything out. Not that everything needs blending, but I just really like how healthy, for lack of a better word, this foundation makes my skin look. And now, as you guys can see, I'm just mixing the foundation with the Beauty Blender. And I'm going to take whatever's on the back there and just begin blending it out. Since I am prone to getting red on my cheeks over here, I do like to add some extra protection, and that's why I go in with concealer. I don't normally go in with concealer to brighten up my face, but I use it to just make sure everything looks nice and seamless and stays bulletproof for the entire day. So with that said, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer today. I've recently refallen in love with this concealer, and I'm just going to go underneath my eyes. I'm not gonna go too ham with this, but just enough so that I've got some added coverage. That's all I'm gonna do. As you know, I do wear glasses, and one of the most problematic areas for me is the bridge of my nose, because that's where my foundation always shifts. So what I try to do is make this area as bulletproof as possible, and here's how I do it. I use whatever concealer is left from the blending on my Beauty Blender, and I just gently start tapping the bridge of my nose. And I do this step in particular because I want to absorb any excess foundation that might be on my nose that is gonna slip around. Now what I'm gonna do is take my Milani Make It Last setting spray and just spray the concealer part of my Beauty Blender. And now use that and gently press it onto my nose. I do that because I feel like if I actually push the setting spray into my skin rather than just letting it mist over my face, it actually helps keep this area a lot smoother and consistent. Now that all of the liquids are on my face, I am gonna use some setting powder to pat some of this down and make it even more bulletproof. And I am gonna mix a couple of powders together. The first one I'm gonna use is the Rimmel Stay Matte Loose powder. Now I'm gonna take Patrick's powder. This is from Patrick Starr and MAC Cosmetics. It's part of their collaboration. I'm pretty sure this powder is now sold out, unfortunately. Hopefully MAC will re-release it because it is a fantastic setting powder. Very finely milled, and it just melts into your skin. And finally, I'm also gonna use my translucent setting powder from Joe Fresh. This powder here I've recently discovered, and you know what? It is almost identical to the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It is nuts. And this is the powder that I'm going to use underneath my eyes to set my concealer. Let's go in with the concealer portion first. I ain't no spring chicken. I got lines. I don't use filler. I don't use Botox. I don't really do anything to my face except try to use some good skincare. So I do have lines and crow's feet on my face. What am I gonna do? But one of the things that I have learned is to not put the powder underneath your lash line, or at least really close to your lash line. I don't have that youthful teenage skin anymore. So instead I try to drop it down about a centimeter and start powdering from there and leave that on to bake. By doing that, I don't accentuate any of those lines and everyone is a happy camper. So now taking the bottom of my Beauty Blender, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting other parts of my face. Some of you might be thinking, whoa, Dimitra, this does not look natural, and let me tell you, it is not supposed to be natural. This is a full coverage foundation, and that is what I'm aiming for, so it is not for the faint of heart, my friends. This isn't a look that I do every single day. I ain't got time for that in the morning. I'm usually running about 20 minutes behind schedule, and I don't have the luxury of being able to sit in front of my vanity for an hour to do my face. This is something that I only do for special locations or sometimes when I'm about to film and I've got a really long day ahead of me, this is how I plaster my face and shellac the foundation on. Alrighty, it is time to wipe off the bake, and I'm going to do so with this yellow powder over here. This is from Nude by Nature. It is their contour palette, and I'm just going to take my Wayne Goss brush. I think this is the number 2 brush. I'm just going to take a little bit on, tap off some of the excess, and then gently wipe away the bake. Then I'm going to go back into the yellow powder, grab a little bit of it, and just start pushing this into my skin. And the reason I am doing this is because if I do have any flash photography, I don't want any flashback, and this powder here does help eliminate any white cast. Now that we are powdered with our translucent powder, I am going to go into my MAC Studio Fix powder. This is in the color NC20, and I'm going to use this big fluffy IT Cosmetics powder brush, and I'm just going to go in there, grab a little bit of product, and just go back over my face where I applied the translucent powder mix. This is what my face looks like after all of those steps. You guys can see all of my redness is masked. I don't have any blemishes peeking through. I am nice, powdered, and matte, and I try to stay matte as long as humanly possible. In terms of next steps, I would now add a bronzer, maybe a bit of contour, but that's not something I do on a regular basis, so I just kind of stick to my bronzing instead, just to add a little bit of warmth back into my skin. I then go ahead, plaster on my eyebrows, add a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlight, and then go in for my eyes. Let me go ahead and do all of that off camera, and I will be right back. My full face of makeup is now on, and I am loving the way it has turned out, especially my eyes. I also know the base is looking really, really good. I actually had to step away for a little bit to run an errand, and I was wearing my glasses, and as you guys can see, nothing has budged from the bridge of my nose. It is awesome. And I hope this is really translating on camera how beautifully everything is sitting on my skin. I feel like everything looks poreless, it looks smooth, it looks nice and matte. Yeah, what more could a girl ask for? I really hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed watching me put on a full face of makeup. Like I said earlier, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. This is not a natural makeup look. This is a full glam. I'm about to go out and party my ass off. Or film a video, whatever comes first. Let me know in the comments below how you apply a full coverage face. I'm always curious about everybody else's routine, the foundations that they use, how they prep their skin, and so on, so please let me know below. And that's gonna do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know exactly what to do. Hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. You can also connect with me on all of my social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and I'm gonna link everything for you in the description box below. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you are all having a fantabulous day, no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!